Should be launching. Let me know if you guys see it on your end. Cool. All right, we're live, everybody. How the heck is everybody? We got R-Type and Pink Jesus here. You guys want to say hey? Oh, they can't hear you. Don't say anything. Hold on. I got to put you on the right track. Oh, yeah, now you can say something.
Hello, hello.
Now we get to see if levels exist.
You look good. You sound good, Pink. R-Type, you want to say something?
Hello, hello.
I got to turn you up a bit. You're all the way up. Can you say something again or adjust it on your end?
Test, test, test.
Again?
Test, test, test.
That's good enough. I'll give you guys both a little more. All right. Should be good. Let's make a fresh sheet.
Good. I have no idea. I kind of muted everything because I hate hearing myself.
Okay, sweet. I think ahead of time, I'm going to already make this like light gray so it doesn't hurt people's eyes. Okay. Everybody, this is R-Type and Pink. They're like my two head moderators. Pink is the head for moderation of the website and for the Discord, and R-Type's the head for any content game stuff. But also Pink helps with that too. And then R-Type also edits. What do you think you edit now? It depends on the week. Some weeks it's none, and some weeks it's like 4 videos, right?
Yeah, it comes in chunks every now and then.
It's just when I get really busy. But yeah, you probably edit, I don't know, 25% of the videos maybe, something like that. So,
yeah.
All right, big shout out to everyone that's here already. I'm popping up in the chat now. Looks like we got 80 people. I don't really care how many people are here, just that if you're here and you want to help, you do so in a good, positive way. Basically, I've wanted to do this forever, but I was waiting for a good time, and then once it started getting close to the anniversary, I was like, let's just line it up with the anniversary. And essentially, I want to like redefine, recalibrate what every grade on the tier list means. And then once we have that set, I'm gonna go in and do like, I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I do it class by class or faction by faction? I'm just gonna go in and literally regrade every single hero over like the next 2 weeks.
Faction by faction would be easier for you. I've gone class by class and it is just a pain.
You forget that there's literally, including epics, there's like 50 fighters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you think you're getting there, and then you get down to, I think it's the mages at the end, and there's a ton of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the mages. Yeah, I don't know what's the biggest. I think it's still fighters, but yeah, mages and fighters are just, it blows my mind every time. Let me actually just title this really quick. And yeah, I never formally did this. Like, I'm just kind of like, hey guys, it's my tier list. These are my grades, you know? I never was like, S+ literally means this. Like, I kind of went off vibe, and like I generally had things, but I was thinking we could have a definition, and I could even pin it as like a pop-up people could view when they're on the tier list, you know, kind of like a dialogue window that comes up or whatever that'd be called, a tooltip thing, and it explains how I view every grade. So it's a little clear. Peter Parking says, can I push a new Tallulah guide? I mean, in theory, one day, but I mean, I don't think there's anything lower on my priorities. I apologize. But yeah, that's going to be that. I'm going to go grab a coffee, and then we'll kick it off. If you guys have any more questions about what we're going to accomplish here and how you can help, Pink and R-Type will help you. But gist of it is we want to all kind of come to a consensus. Like, this is what triple S and double S I'll explain separately. But this is what S+ means. This is what A means. This is what B means. This is what C means. You know, that kind of stuff. Good? Sound good?
Yeah, all good.
All right.
Go get your coffee.
Yeah, I need it.
Everybody needs coffee. Always. Now we get the joy of that Fasti wait.
Yep. Seems See how long he actually takes.
Yeah, I liked his, what would you call his enthusiasm earlier. I'll be home in an hour and I'm just sitting there thinking, yeah, add another hour and a half. Never simple.
No. How early can you do it? We're ready at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. How about like 11?
So why do you think I'll just turn around and go, here's a 12-hour window. Just hit some point in that 12 hours, please. Unpredictable. Not necessarily slow, just unpredictable. We can always adjust Gwendolyn anyway. The focus now is kind of to get solid definitions for what the gradings actually mean. So you know what it means. Instead of just arbitrarily rating them, because it didn't really matter when we had like 80 to 100 heroes to rate. You kind of knew what meant what. We are changing how we're doing BP ratings as well. We're basically going to split it out into tiers. So if they end up with a base potential of over 100k, well, easily they'll be like triple S, etc. Haven't fully finalized what the boundaries would be, but we'll figure it out.
Damage will be a little bit tough, but for BP potential unknown, you could go over to the tools section of the website, and there's actually a BP list, right? So I'll tell you exactly what.
No one has a clue how long this would take.
It won't take more than an hour, unless I don't know how it could, right? My goal is like 45 minutes.
That'd be lovely.
All right, shall we begin?
Tools for.
What do you think, chat? Throw some R's in the chat if you're ready, and we're gonna kick this thing off. And this can be like super interactive if people have ideas and stuff. Don't worry. Our tape keeps disappearing whenever I open this. I don't get that. All right, let's go, and then we'll just start doing this together. So let's actually let's do like this. So we got let's do. God dang. This whole column is all bold. All right. All right, I think that's what we're going to do. Do we want any Fs? I don't know. Do I want any Fs? Oh, it's going to do that stupid thing.
Yeah.
The F can almost be the dash.
Yeah, but the F, no, we need the F because the dash is like you actually just can't even use them. The F is like technically you could use them, but they're like as bad a choice as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go, guys. Redefining every single tier grade, and this is basically kicking off a week, 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks of redoing the entire tier list. But to do that, I want to really reset what each rating means. And I think right now I've been too loose with how I approach each letter, and basically like it turns into this, where it's just like so many units with so many S's and S pluses. And I think it actually, it made sense like this when there was like 150 legendaries in the game, but like I mean 150 characters in the game, but with 220 characters in the game, I think it's just, there's too many S's. So do you guys agree with that? Pink and R-Tip?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking for, like, we're trying to put Dao in there, and it's like, where does Dao Chan go? Like, Dolores is triple S because of what she does, and then there's Jiao Chan, who's so much better, and Dolores is one of the top 5 on the listings.
Yeah. Well, I will say something
So
like Dolores
it
being
all just
triple
got
S.
squished into weird places.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that's
don't.
not going to change much, but
Yeah, basically my biggest goal for this is I want like B to be a pretty good grade and then like A plus or higher to be like exceptionally good. But right now we lack that nuance because basically if you're like very good, you're going to be at least an S in something. And then we lose the ability to have nuance. Um, but yeah, I will say certain things like that, how like Dolores is triple S, that's just because I haven't adjusted the triple S or introduced the double S yet. But that's because I've known I was going to redo everything.
yeah, that's just a prime example of we need to expand it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I think I did get rid of Dolores though. I think I did that.
And yes, we do need to add a row for Abyss.
Yeah,
and all of the new codexes.
We added Abyss already. We actually added everything, and also big shout out to Archer, the dev. Me and Pink had a conversation yesterday how Codex was taking up like the whole screen. Like you can see here, you can't even like see it.
Oh, he's done it.
Yeah, so we made it collapsible,
so
and it will show whatever their highest rating in one codex is. And if you want to see all the individual codex ratings, you can just this is already functional. So big shout out to Archer for doing that so fast. But okay.
We might have to do the same with Arena.
Yeah, we probably will now that he has the functionality. But anyway, we're not going to be regrading heroes today. What I want to do is just redefine all of these things. So actually, for now, I'll do a little bit of light color coding. But where do you guys think we should start? Maybe just start at triple S. It's probably one of the easier ones.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, before we head in, let me read some of these comments. Probably overall complicates it, but it would be nice to have some sort of tier upgrade based on awakened tiered. I mean, that would be a completely separate thing, and that would be pretty down the road in my mind. Yeah, I think for me that's better as just like a video. Like these are the best awakenings. I don't think right now we need that. We're not trying to add so many new things to the site right now. Let me see. S plus should be reserved for top 5 heroes for a section. I have something similar to that in mind, so let me know what you think once I reach that. And yeah, people saying separate row for Abyss. We added all that stuff. So we got Abyss. We need to add that in. We still have to sort the Guild Wars stuff, which maybe will make that collapsible as well, actually. We added Tower of Deception. And we added, within the Codex, we added Mother of Crows. You can see that here. But that will all be added later on. Anyway, shall we? What do you guys think about Triple S?
Triple S needs to be for like the Diao Chans still. It needs to be blatant that this hero is like top of the top. Do we do it for that piece of content though?
What do you think, R-Type, before I give my opinion?
Yeah, it's just meant for whoever's cracked for that content, right? Whoever you definitely
the meta setup for
the meta
like
setup.
The offering. You'd have, yeah.
For me, I think I want to keep triple S and double S as not even a content grade, like strictly an overall grade. I kind of I like that. I don't know if people don't like that, they can tell me and we can rethink it. But the way we've done it now is like the highest grade you can get for content is S plus. Personally, I think I still like that. But if I'm willing to hear people out if they think we should grade content like that as well. What do you guys think?
Oh, we could definitely.
In that case, S plus would become the meta. It would make sense because there are some people who are amazing in like 3 pieces of content and that's it.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I don't want it to get too lost. And yeah, I'll just tell, spoiler alert. My vision for S plus is like, this character is not just good at this content. If you had every character, you'd still use them. That's kind of how I envision S plus for content.
Yep.
So like the meta for that, like I was saying for triple S.
Yeah. Okay. I think for now we can revisit this. Chat can let us know, but I think we're gonna do overall grade only. Let me do like this. Sorry. like overall grade only, top 5 lords, and oh my god, top 5 non-lords overall in the game. What do you think?
Five lords, though, that I would actually.
Yeah, my opinion is going to differ from yours on them, but yeah.
So tell me what you think. That's why you guys are here.
We're going to get into an argument over hats or something again.
OE dunno. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know, I guess. Whatever. I get what you're trying to say. Like, I don't know, but it's hard for me to say that. That guy says they should be triple S for that content. I don't want to rate. I think I personally, I like the distinction that like this is like I view like the triple S and then the double S as like a gold star and a silver star, but S plus is the highest content grade. I think that's cleaner. And then I think if you allow triple S to be the highest and then S is the second highest and then S plus, then it's like, oh, I don't want an A hero. And I think that's the issue I have right now with the tier list. Yeah, quantify the data. I think that's fair too. Yeah, Diaus, I don't want to talk about awakenings here, guys. This is like an overall holistic tier list, you know? It's like you know, assuming you have a semi-optimal situation, how good are these characters? I mean, for more nuance, that's what guides are for. That's what, you know, tier list videos and ranking videos are for. What were you saying though, Pink and R-Type? What's your issue with this?
No, I think it's fine. I was just trying to think of 5 different lords, if there actually was 5 different lords, but yeah, there are.
Yeah, I mean, so right now my top 5 lords would be Ingrid, Valderon, Paredes, Yovar, and Nastia. That'd be my 5. But then the double S would go to like Torador, Soul Cadens. I mean, you could argue Nastia versus Soul Cadens too, but it'd be like Torador, Soul Cadens. Oh my God, Cyrus. You know, we could easily get another 5. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Top 2 or 3 of each class should go in triple S. Yeah, there's no way I'm doing that. But it's a cool idea. But that's like a whole, that's too big a departure from what we built already. This would be, I think double S will be the exact same thing, but it will be top 6 to 10 and then top 6 to 10. So basically it's like, because the games, we originally just had the top 5 as triple S and then it went straight down to S plus for overalls. But I feel like we had to add this now because it's like Hex should be known to be like a top 10 unit and not just some other random S plus. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah, even though I still hate Hex.
I don't know. It really sounds like you don't know. It's because there's a content grade, and then the triple S and double S are strictly like a top 5, and then the next top 5 specific grouping like little star merit badge thing. What were you saying, Pink? Though you don't like Hex?
No, I hate him. Even with his exclusive artifact, his RNG will kill my run sometimes on so many different things.
It's a story for another day. All right. Let's do for this one, there's gonna be 2. Actually, you know what we should do here, actually? Let's do it like this. Give me 1 second. I think this will be better. Like something like this. So I think this will be like, this is the overall meaning, and then it's like, these are onlys, and then this just allows us like S plus means like something. This is just, I'm gonna write my first thought and we can edit this, but the overall meaning is like definitive top unit for multiple pieces of content. And then the content grade is like how did I phrase it before? Like top choice for this content, even if you had a full test server roster, you know?
Yeah, I'll just call it the meta roster.
Yeah. Yeah, top like definitive meta choice. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I think you're getting whooshed. I think we need to move on with this.
There are
Unless
almost
I'm.
definitively 5 heroes for anti-air arena. I think it's actually 6.
Yeah, with the
So,
specific
yes.
content grade, there's no limit to how many people could get it. Like it should be 5, but like if there were 2 top meta teams and there's no way there's gonna be a 10 heroes, but maybe like there's one version with these 5 and one version with these 5, and then there's like 7 total that comprise those teams. Then I think that's how it would work. You know? Does that make sense?
There are definitive clear choices for every single piece of content. It's
I
like,
think
would
so.
you run Lady A or Idril?
Yeah.
You would always pick the Lady A.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we like these definitions, chat? Do we like it? R-Type and Pink?
Yeah, I'm good with those so far.
We need to find out that Hex can be replaced.
Yeah, Hex can be replaced.
Okay. So I think for S, let's just do the content grade. This is clear what's saying. You just we got a day 20 play here. She says it's clear. Okay, so I think S I want to be like absolute like top choice to clear this content, but not on the top meta team. Something like that, right?
Yep.
So it's like something like Yuri in anti-air, right? I think that'd be a good example, right? I mean, are there any comps that you choose Yuri over Lady Alex, or do them together? With PvP stuff, I don't know for sure.
You see them that do them together.
Do them together.
That's like the 6 variants.
So maybe like hot sit,
Yeah,
right?
Lady
Hot
A
sit,
is better.
right? Like someone who's like, you know,
it would be more hot sit than
yeah, because I guess you can do Yuri. I realized that as I said it. Yeah, so like hot sit, or like another one would be like
Pre-Lady A, it's basically hot sit, Yuri,
Theoin, Mari.
Yeah,
three.
like you'll see them on like
No,
using Arena as an example again to make it easier. Like you'll see them on some of like the top 50 Apex teams, but it's not. Those are the teams that are just goated, and then they're like need to find an alternative, you know, and that's who they choose. But it's not.
They don't have bondage in it. That's what you'd see.
Yeah, you know, but if you had a full test server roster and could do whatever you want, you wouldn't choose. But they're still an absolute top choice. So like another good example I'd say would be like, let me think of one here. Like Lubu maybe for Gear Raid 224, that kind of thing, you know? Think that makes sense? It's like if you would use him if you didn't have Ardia and he'd work great.
Yeah.
But he's not the meta. But it'll clear it for sure. What do we think about that, chat?
Yeah.
Thank you, Seamus.
Yes, if your pity for divines will always be there, regardless, it will still be there in the banners.
Jamoose likes it. Severin likes it. A lot of S's. I think the second team in APOC, I'll be honest, I won't like that's such an afterthought. Like once you're at the point of having a full roster, I would guess there's 60, 70 different heroes you could get 30k on APOC 1 with. So I don't think
you could get APOC with pretty much any APOC 130k with anybody.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I did.
You did it with all epics.
Yeah, I did it with all epics like 8 months ago.
Literally, 30k A0 Twiler. It's possible, fully possible.
That was when did we do that? That was like 5-6 months ago when Slate did that with all of us.
Just imagine Wukong soloing it. You probably wouldn't even need healers.
Unguardian says he's for it. Chiso, Severin. Seamus had a good thing if you guys didn't catch it. Seamus said I should reword C8, and I liked what he said, so I changed it. I think that's better. So I just changed the words around a bit. All right, so this one maybe we need to work on together. So overall grade, meaning for if you're an S overall, I think you're like it's the issue I'm having. I think it's like one of two things. It's like like definitive. Actually, let's do it like this. Meta definitive top unit for let's call this several maybe, and then this is like multiple. Like so this is like more than two, and this is like at least two. Does that is this too close? Like meta versus top, several versus multiple. Do you know what I mean? But I could feel like it could be this. I don't know. Does that make sense? Now I feel like I'm getting lost in the sauce. Yeah, S plus does mean that. That's why we're writing that. Hashtag number one. What's up, Mitchell? Can anyone think of a better way to say this? What I'm trying to say is it's like the kind of unit who's like, you know, if not meta, like off meta for multiple pieces of content. You know, like you can be S overall if you're like someone like, you know, maybe Hotsit at this point where she's like just exceptionally good at everything, you know? But is she meta for that many things? Not nearly as many anymore, right?
See, I would call it the off meta.
Yeah, meta contender. I like that a lot. What do you guys think about that? Severin D says meta contender.
Yeah, that works. Perfect.
Oh, someone's saying about PvE and PvP. PvP and PvE, I will make no distinction. Like I'm not going to reward one versus another. For me, it's like that's kind of reflected if they get the top overall. I mean, these are the guys that are like kind of dominating so many aspects of the game, I'd say. But you know, you can be an S plus unit if you're not using PvP, but you're good in like if you're a meta unit in 3 pieces of PvE content. You know, I'm trying to think of a good example, like Hex. I think Hex would be borderline between S plus and double S overall. We like this. Is good enough.
Yep.
Lil has a nice comment, but I think this is where it gets just crazy. I like you give the badge, the gold star to the top 5 lords and non-lords, the silver star to the 6 to 10. But then Lil's saying you could do like 11 to 20 or 25. But then I feel like why I cut it at 25 if there's a clear cut at 23. It might end up manifesting like that, but I think I don't want to have any those number requirements. Does that make sense? Like those quotas.
To be fair, that is how it manifests because we do the overall after we've done all
yeah,
the
I think it
individuals.
probably will end up looking like, oh, there's like, you know, for the non-lords, it's like there's 5 triple S overall and 5 double S, and then maybe it's like 11 or 8 or 11 single S. But I don't want to be like it has to be 10 single S, you know? Yeah, and rebalancing with new patches. Yeah, I don't want to be locked into that stuff. Thanks. Yeah, I also don't want to add extra weight to PvP or PvE because I know there's some players who only care about PvP, basically, and PvE is just big shout out to my girlfriend Soup for getting me a better coffee. This coffee was not that good. But also shout out to Dunkin' Donuts, sponsor me. But like I know there's some players who like only treat PvE as like a driver for PvP. So like they're only farming their gear raid 2. They're just trying to get, forge materials. They're just trying to get exclusive artifacts for more BP, that kind of stuff. And then whatchamacallit, I lost my train of thought. And then I know there's some players who like literally couldn't care, like have not done arena in a year, So I want, it needs to be a tier list for everybody. Do we agree with that?
For sure.
This is the milkiest coffee I ever had in my life. This is not good. Tough coffee day for me. What do you think, Pink?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Cool. All right, this is where it gets spicy. Sorry.
Yeah, I wouldn't separate any of it out in the overalls and that.
Yeah,
if you're interested in the PvP section, you just have to look at the arena section.
Yeah, the overall I feel like is like a gut feeling, And yeah, exactly. If you want to go by PvP, it's like not many people are going to be getting S pluses anymore. Right now, how many people have S plus in like AoE Arena? Let's see. Like over 10. Yeah, it's not going to look nothing like this anymore, right? It's going to be like 5 to 7 units tops.
See, the
Coffee
thing is,
doesn't
I
even get
look
a
at
B plus.
overall grades as, say you've pulled a hero you've never even heard of them. You look at them on the thing. The overall grade is yes, they're good, or no, they're trash. That's
Exactly
all the
right.
overall means.
The overall is like the thing that's used by, I'd say, most people, right? It's like you pull someone. I mean, Ash used to do this when he would pull. He'd like, I know with Raid, he would pull up. Well, I guess with Raid, he knows so much about Raid. But I know with Watch Realms, my tier list came out, he'd pull up my tier list and check. And I know before my tier list, he would pull up mob buckets. And it's like, for people that like the game but don't know everything about the game, it's like quick information. And you're like, I did it. I remember the first legendary I ever pulled was Cratch. And I went on, I saw mob bucket, gave him a C. And then I think I sent him a death threat or something like that. But yeah, I think that's kind of what it's for. And then if you want to really get nuanced, or you want to be like, dang, I'm stuck on Gear Dungeon 2, which by the way, we need to change these because I want to hold out hope that a Gear Raid 4 is actually coming. But you can be like, all right, who are the best options? And you scroll through and be like, oh, I have Estrid, that kind of thing. Until mid game, you're looking at overall first. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I think that's pretty good so far. If anyone has any more thoughts on the S's, you can let me know. Let's go to A plus now. This is where I really want things to change. I still want A plus. I want A plus to be a much stronger rating now, because the way A plus stands now, I mean, just too many people have too many high ratings. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, look at this. Look how many S pluses. I mean, to be fair, you can really beat Guild Boss 2 with anyone, but this is a farce. There's like 30 characters at least with S plus, 25 characters with S plus for Guild Boss 2.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. So here, let's like Ardia does not get an A plus in Guild Boss 2. Like it needs to be like you're like off meta. Like what I'm thinking for the content, maybe Seamus or someone can edit this to sound better. But the Narissa Bug Rewards, I heard about it. I haven't logged into the game to know. Okay. Anyway, I think for A plus, what I want is like top unit to easily clear this content, but not a meta contender, So like a good example here would
Non-meta,
be,
but great choice.
yeah, maybe that's a better way to put it. If anyone else can think of the bet, we can revise that. But what I'm trying to express is like, let me think about Guild Boss 2, like someone. I mean, what's a good example? I'd have to be going through the thing. Like Arrogance at this point, Like Arrogance can easily be a top DPS for that, but like he's not elite and like he's not top anymore. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not like top 20 anymore.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he's
you
like
wouldn't be too bad picking him.
like if you had a Nightmare comp and like you didn't have spots taken by Kagiri or Twyla or Wukong, he would kill for you, But Seamus said non-meta unit, but still excellent choice or sub for a meta unit. That's better. Seamus is pretty good at this. Something like that, maybe. Non-meta unit, but still excellent choice and meta unit sub.
Yep.
Bring Seamus in. If Seamus wants to join the
Probably
call.
don't need the meta unit sub. Non-meta unit, but still excellent choice. Says it all.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, for overall, I would say maybe just like one of the better units in the game. Something like that, Like I'd think an A plus overall is something I'd give to like maybe like I mean I'd have to go through. Let me actually just go to my heroes. That'll be easier so I can keep having quick references. Like Artemis maybe. Really good. I mean that's or like how about this, like very well-rounded unit for lots of content, or top unit for one piece of content?
I would say top unit in their role, or something like that. Off
But then
meta
we
in
need
their...
a distinction.
Yeah, Seamus has kind of got it.
Yeah, but here's a counter to that. You're saying niche unit, but excellent in their niche. So like Artemis, like god tier anti-healer, that perfectly fits that example. But then what about someone like who's just really good overall, but doesn't have that niche, like Lust, you know? I mean, maybe should be slightly lower, but like, you know what I'm saying?
I would rate Lust as a solid A, not an A plus
I think
anyway.
she'd be an A2, but yeah, I'm just trying to think of someone to jump at. Like Falsia. I
Which,
think
if you think about it, would be...
Falsia is not the best at anything with the current content in the game, but she's everything she's supposed to be good at, she's good at. She's like, she will.
Make that the A rank.
But then what's the A plus? So now arrogance
A plus is...
All right, wait, someone said arrogance.
Arrogance
Is S. Arrogance is S. I was using Guild Boss 2 as an example. I mean, and maybe I don't know. It's hard to say with these definitions. I think my gut says arrogance is S. But anyway.
Yeah, someone else pointed that out.
How about Lubu?
A
besides Arena.
Yeah, A plus is for multiple content. A would be the niche.
Yeah, okay. Non-meta, but what, like
non-meta, but fit in multiple. Yeah,
but
viable. Non-meta,
but
viable.
more than viable, good. Like top choice in multiple pieces of content. Seamus, what do you think? Now, Zenoon says excellent niche or non-meta champ. I kind of like that.
Non-meta champ or an excellent niche.
Yeah, like niche meta or non-meta but very versatile, but like versatile top unit, something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd say just put versatile, but you need a better explanation.
Yeah, I need a better explanation. Yeah, so this would be like someone like Artemis, who's like, or Uridan maybe, who's like the best at their thing, you know? Or someone like, yeah, I'd have to look through who it is, but I know this character exists, you know? Someone who's just like good at it, like very good at everything, like maybe Comet. Right? I think actually Comet would fit this for sure. Right? Because Comet's not the best at anything anymore, but he's literally good at everything he's supposed to be good at. He will work endgame for all those things he's supposed to be good at. He just won't be meta. No, Nyx is an S. Because Nyx is meta for multiple pieces of content. Actually, I mean, Nyx is somewhere here. I mean, Nyx will be at an S plus probably.
Even like Talon.
Talon, yeah, maybe Talon's somewhere here. Trying to think if she meta anywhere. I mean, I've seen her exceptionally high in Arena, but yeah, I don't know if she's at the tippy top. And she's really good in APOC, and she's quite good in Abyss. But yeah, maybe Talon. I mean, we'll have to go through it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Talon's a meta contender for many places.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so maybe someone like Talon or someone like Artemis. I think that works well, right?
Yep.
Talon is just an amazing substitute for every way you could use her. Tank, fighter, or marksman.
Malvira, yeah, Malvira is like the definition. Yeah, exactly. Malvira is like one of the best, not the best, but one of the best units in every single piece of content you can use her in. Yeah, Malvira is a good example. All right, so yeah. So niche meta unit or strong off meta choice in multiple pieces of content. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. A is like, let's do the content first.
A would just be the same thing, but just take out the niche part, probably.
Yeah. Well, I think let's start with the content grade first. Did I delete S? Oh, I might have accidentally deleted S. Hold on. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I like that for the overall, actually. Extremely well-rounded. That would be a good explanation of A's.
Yeah. That's actually maybe better. Seamus, can you combine what I wrote and what Biofits wrote to like the best version? Oh, sorry. Okay. Let's go. So, all right, for this one, I'll wait till. Sorry, I think I probably just lost R type somewhere. Yeah, I did. Very annoying. Okay. We good? I got 200 viewers. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to like the stream. Okay. So for an A for content, I think it's like a strong choice, you know? Like strong, viable choice. Like comfortably equipped for this content. That kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard thing for me to word.
How about like I think a distinction will make going from A to B. I think A is like can fulfill this role. Maybe this is how we do it. Can fulfill this role for the hardest piece of this content, the hardest stage in this content. You know? So a good example would be like for this grade would be like arrogance for Gear Dungeon 2 in the bottom lane. He can do it, you know? But it's not.
Yeah, you'd never want to do it, but
he'll never want to do it, but he can get it. Like he is viable. So maybe like viable choice for the hardest stage of this content. For maxing the hardest stage of this content. Not top, but strong, but viable, like that. Like not top, but viable choice for maxing hardest stage for this content. What do we think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There won't be that many units in any of the Gear Aid ones, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but here's the distinction, right? It's like, yeah, this is where people can be informed, because then what I'm thinking with B is like strong unit for this content, but poor choice for hardest stage, you know? So something that should be something like let me think of a good thing, like
Idril up to the middle of Gear Aid 3s.
Yeah, or it's like a progression. It's like a stepping stone choice, but like, yeah, this one works, but this one doesn't, is what I'm thinking, and this one works less, and then this one is like, you know, to a point, or like a poor option. Like I'm thinking like someone like Hot Sit for Gear Aid 2. Like she's complete. I mean, but this is where the game's just fucked. My language. But it's like Gear Aid 2. She's
great
like
progression, not seeing the top.
Yeah. But here suggests splitting niche and well-rounded between A+ and A for overall. Okay. What do you think of that, guys? A+ goes to, but no, but it's an overall rating. Like, no, it can't be, because like, no, I can't do that. Sorry. What just happened? Oh no.
Shame to seize control.
Zenoon says, wouldn't any ranking and its plus counterpart just be the same thing? A+ options are just slightly better. Kind of. That's kind of what I'm trying to express. Like here, these are not the meta units, but excellent choices. So this would be someone like uh like Kagiri for the left side in Gear Dungeon 2, maybe, maybe he'd actually be S, but but it's like basically it's going to be like S plus will go to the character for their role that is the single best. S will go to the second best, and then this will go to the third best. Basically, this will go to like the third, fourth, and fifth. Anyone that does it easily, No, we need more increments than that for specific. With the content, once I start filling it out, like trust me, having updated this tier list, and Pink knows he's done parts of it. Having updated this a dozen times in my life, and that's not even counting before I used to run it out of Google Sheet. Like you feel the need for this.
Yeah, I don't want to sit there going, "Why is every marksman an A?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Kagiri's not going to get a triple S, guys. There's a 0% chance. Just buckle up. He'll definitely get double S, but
there's a less than 0% chance, because if you give him triple S, I am changing it instantly.
I won't give him triple. There's no way. Now, triple S goes to like the definitive in all. It's Diao Chan, it's Eloin. Then we're gonna have some big discussions. Exactly. But you know who I would pick. It depends on the content. We'll see as we fill. Yeah, Hearts is a triple S, obviously. Continue for the bottom and work to the middle. Well, we have to get this.
See, am I wrong to hate the fact that Hearts isn't even the best tank in his faction, or the best lord in his faction, or the best tank lord in the game?
Hearts is, until Elder gets an update, Hearts is so definitively the best lord in this faction.
No, I'll take Zolde every time still.
Dude, then just because you don't have an A1 Hearts. A1 Hearts is nuts. Hearts is so much better. It's crazy. Once you have good gear, Hearts' A1 is broke. Once you have good gear and then you have Hearts in all his exclusives, he's broken. Like for like what he's supposed to do. But the new thing I started doing in Gear Dungeon.
Zolde self-heals in Gear Dungeon 2. You can just leave her alone if you just have decent gear and the right art.
In Gear Dungeon 1 now, you don't need to bring anything. You can just have Valkyria Heart. If you have an A1 Hearts or higher, you can just Valkyria Hearts and Hollow, and you can do it in your sleep.
You can do the same with Zolde. Exactly the same.
You can't time her shields.
No, you don't need to. They're like every 12 seconds.
That's not but I'm saying you don't even need an inspiration hero. You don't even need a great build, because if you build your Hearts with 115k HP, you just only care about HP. He's never going to get hit. He's never going to get one shot. I'll show you. It's really good. Anyway,
but you don't even need.
Stop it! He's on my leg. Get over it. Okay. A overall.
That's just gonna make me argue against him even more.
How about this? How about this? Great unit in multiple pieces of content.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And then this will be like a great unit in a niche, or good unit in multiple pieces of content. Something like that?
Yeah.
I think the B plus here is the distinction. It's like excellent progression choice for this content. Is that simple enough? Is that clear enough? So this is going to be this is where we get screwed by the new gear raids, right? This is where I just hate it's so hard to rate this game, because there's so many, like, nothing is linear, right? It's like the jump from 21 to 23 is so astronomical, it's hard to wrap your head around, and it's like, how is this even the same content? I mean, you know what we could do if we wanted the most complicated tier list ever? We could have pop-outs here, Pink, and it could be like up to 21 and then up to 24.
No.
I'm not going to do that, but yeah.
But there almost needs to be, though.
Yeah, it's
so
frustrating.
I'd only end up putting like 20 heroes in each of those groups.
But the problem with Watcher Realms right now, and how they pace the difficulty within content, because they're releasing harder stuff years later, and then it's just like, oh, that's the next stage, is like the way we're gonna have to rate it now is like Hotsit is going to get like a B+ in Gear Raid 2, and Ardia is going to get an S+, and Hotsit is so much better than Ardia until the last 3 stages. Like she's 3 times better. Like you have to work to make Ardia work for 21. You have to work to make Hotsit not work for 21.
See, but Hansit's more of a support anyway there. And together they just delete in 21.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. That's my problem. I feel like there's gonna have to be some. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I phrased this wrong. Maybe this is
See, well, but if you think about it, A and A+, and that would work for the lower levels. S+ and
Oh
S
yeah, I like
are...
that better. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Hold on. Okay. I got it.
Like change S+ to 20.
What if we
3 or
do
whatever.
this is a B+, this is a B, and then in the A is top choice for the progression stages of this content, like meta choice for the progression stages of this content. Does that make sense? And then like for some content, no one will get that grade, you know?
Yeah.
Like Gear Dungeon 2, you don't need, it's not like someone's the best at the left side. Well, actually, there's a couple, right? Like Silas, I think, is the best left side clearance in the game until stage 9. I solo with Silas on every takeover I do if I can up to stage 8. I think that's what it should be. What do we think about that? Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Does that make sense what I'm pitching? So it'd be like this, and this would be meta choice for progression stages in this content. So like this Hotsit gets an A for Gear Raid 2. You know, Silas gets an A for Gear Dungeon 2. Is anybody with me?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So basically, S+ and S would apply more to the last 3 stages. A+ is kind of in the middle ground, and A+ is what you would use to clear if you don't have them. Meta.
Yeah, kind of. I think it's a workaround. I think it's a way to like not have Hotsit getting a B+ in Gear Raid 2, where I sincerely think she's the number 1 unit in the game for 221 for DPS. You know what I'm saying?
No, but Hatsu works. Hatsu works on everything except for 24.
Yeah, Hotsit's really good in 22. That's why it's kind of lost in the sauce. But like, I mean, there's gonna have to be gaps just because of how this game has its content, right?
Yeah, but it'll be more like Idril, right?
Idril.
Idril's cracked up to 21, and then after that, you're kind of scrounging. I mean, you could do 22 with Idril, but it's not the choice you want.
It sucked. It sucked. It's as simple as that. Same with Hatsit. I leveled my allure, and the difference just night and day.
Okay. I like that. I'm gonna leave it unless someone has a better wording or a better idea. Okay.
I think that's good.
Yeah. Okay. So B overall is maybe like end game viable in some content or something, or like late game viable in some content.
What Xenon says is actually pretty good.
What is B? Good option for early progression. Good option for early. That's pretty good. Let's do maybe, I don't know if I need the distinction. I like the way B+ is right now. I think I like what you said for B though. Like yeah, good progression unit up to the late game. Something like that, maybe. What do you think, chat? Or Xenon, do you have another way to say it? Like, these are basically B is like units you can be devastated to pull a dupe of in the late and end game, but until then you should be happy you've got someone you can use, you know? Good starting units. I think that implies something different.
Be like Lassier.
No, because like Kriya is like a goated. She's like the hardest carry for like your first 10 days, you know?
Yeah, but she comes back around at A5.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If anybody has that, I am sorry.
Thank you, John Moran.
I have an A5 Kriya and I never use her ever.
At a protest. Yeah. I like Biofit said capable for early to mid game, early through mid game progression. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like worthy unit, so maybe a little more complimentary than capable. What do you guys think about that? Worthy unit for early through mid game progression? I think for C, I want to call it entirely mediocre.
Cratch.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, no, Cratch would be D tier.
I think for C, it's like can be used for some stages, but a poor choice.
Okay, D can be for dwarf.
And I think I just want this to say progression unit for this content. I think, let me just put these in and then we can adjust them. I think D is like technically usable, but weak unit. Can be deployed here, but never ever should be. Functionally cannot be used in this content. So this is like, you know, using a melee unit in Furious Torrent. Literally cannot be used here.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like this. Figuratively cannot be used here. Literally. You like that? I like that. How did this get so...
An F unit would be like in Gear Raid 3, where you just place them just to tank the little guys that come through, so he doesn't.
No, that's a roll at least. I think an F unit would be like Lassier in Gear Raid 3. It's like you could put him down. You know?
Yeah.
Or like Azoth in Gear Raid 3. It's like you could put him down. Like physically, you can put him down.
Too. You could use him, but he's just going to die instantly.
Yeah. Like, yeah, Scorch in Gear Raid 2, maybe something like that. I mean, I can show you some of the SFs we have. So this was before. I actually never updated that. I should have after they added his special skill. Let me find some random stuff. So yeah, like Dolores for Guild Wars. It's like you could place her on your defense. You know?
Yeah, but I laugh every time I see that.
Yeah, it means it's non-functional. I didn't say cannot be placed. I mean, they have of course, Morgan is very useful. I mean, Morgan is definitively an S for Conquer.
No, they definitely have a use. You don't have to place Morgan to have a use.
Yeah. Morgan is going to get an S in Conquer, right? Morgan is on top 100 teams, even though you can't place her. The dash should be like you literally cannot use them, and they can't. So it's like, it's not like you can't place them. It's like you can't place them, and they're not Karosa or a Lord or an unnameable. They have like. Okay, let's do individual grades. A D overall. Let's just let me get some vibes historically.
Any of the dwarfs.
I'll just say like one of the worst units in the game.
Well, any dwarf except Rogue here.
No, Orem is down at D. Orem's like somewhere here.
I tried to like him, but I couldn't.
He works on Infernal Team still.
Yeah, but then I have to substitute out my fucking.
So before like Azor is a D, Brunor, Camille, Cratch, Damon.
Yeah, I would argue Cratch is a C. But people.
Yeah, I only have one use for Damon in the entire game, and it's a waste of Damon.
F is like dog water.
Philippa.
Philippa would be a D. Okay, and then dash is no one gets a dash for overall, so this gets a dash, just like those get a dash. And frankly, I'll probably give no one an F for overall. Do we think we've been stricter enough? Do we think we've refined it enough? I'm asking both of you and the chat. These I don't see myself budging on. I think this is like the very clear definition of this. Maybe this should say meta or meta contender, right? I'm trying to think of an example, but like, what would we say about a unit that's meta for one piece of content, but good in a lot of other pieces of content? Like, all right, here, let me throw one at you. Well, I guess they're adding new units.
That would come straight into A+ because it's got all strong multiple pieces of content.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of someone who, not like meta, not like niche meta like an Artemis, but like they're niche meta for one thing, but then they're like still good in a bunch of other stuff. Like my brain's not Kai. Well, I think Kai would definitively fit somewhere. It would be like here, right?
He's actually gotten a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, Phineas. I had Phineas in my head.
I've ever sold and I regret it.
Yeah, like what about Phineas, right? Like Phineas can be like top meta for Abyss, right? But outside of that, it's like you can use him so many places, but he's not meta anywhere.
Calypso.
I finally got my Phineas. I haven't even placed him yet because I haven't got the artifact.
Wait, what? You said Calypso?
Yeah.
Where would you say Calypso's top meta?
In Geary 3.
Calypso's top meta in Geary 3? I didn't even know that.
She's an off-meta contender, definitely.
Yeah, but I thought we said top meta, right? Like I'm saying, where would we rate a unit that is like literal top meta for something, but then good in a bunch of other things? Calypso's certainly not good in a bunch of other things. She's off meta in a couple things, I would say. She's like a meta contender in a couple places. I'm trying to. I'll think of it. Let me pull up the list. I'll think of something good. I was pretty good with my 1 hour prediction. We're at 56 minutes right now, and I feel like we're winding it down. Chat, feel free to give any more suggestion. Well, Lord Vic says Kai is just good for the same thing as Nyx, but not as good as her, but still useful. There's certain pieces of content Kai's better than Nyx now, right? I mean, Kai's better than Nyx in Gear 8-3, I would say. It depends on your roster.
Kai handles the left side better than Nyx does.
I don't know if I'd say that, but I'd say Kai handles it as well as her, and then he's got his Kai passive.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'd say Kai's better than Nyx for 324, for sure. But I would say Kai doesn't hang with so many other things, so I think Kai would be like a definitive A+, right? A or A+. Because he's at that niche thing. Nah, Kai's probably A+. Start the list. We can't start the list. Not yet. We got to do a couple more tweaks. Right, but see, here's an example. Like, I would not. There's no world Alora gets A+ overall because like she's only good at one thing and she needs A5. That is too many layers. You know, like I think she's gonna be B+ overall, and she can just enjoy her S+ in Gear 8-3 or S in Gear 8-3, whatever she gets. What was I just? Oh yeah, I want to find a unit. Give me one sec. Also, guys, if you have any final thoughts, because we're gonna kind of lock this in, and then these will be the grades, because I'll have a ton of videos. Don't worry. But as I go through all this stuff, yeah, like Setrum. Yeah, Setrum's a great example. Like I feel like it's gonna be very hard to grade overall Setrum, right? What do you two think?
Yeah, that's why I end up taking basically an average of their grade. It's going to be so much worse because I can't just compare to what you already graded people.
Well, I'll have regraded everyone, so whenever you have to make tweaks in the future, it will be based off of, we'll have so much more groundwork. Yeah, we're gonna it's always hard with awakenings, but it's basically the gist is like, you know, kind of assuming you have the awakenings, but like penalizing them a little bit if they need the awakenings, if that makes sense. It has to be like a gut check thing. And if it's a unit like Kagiri, it's like you're going to have him A3. Because if you have Kagiri, eventually you're going to A3 him. Like, Diao Chan will be A1. Like, to me, there's no conversation. To me, Diao Chan's the best non-lord in the entire game, and it's not close. There's no better use of a Soul Stone, so everyone will eventually get a Soul Stone, and we'll have an A1 Diao Chan. So for her, she's functionally always A1 in my head. And with Kagiri, it's like he is, but I'm giving him a little demerit because I know it's going to take people a minute. But yeah, someone like Hex, like I'm assuming exclusive artifact because that's something you can control, but I'm not assuming you've got him A5 or something, Okay. Let me see. Any other good examples? What about Virna? That's a perfect example, I think. Like, it's very hard to fit, like, what do you think about that?
I'm trying to think. She matter in more than 3 pieces of content?
No.
No.
It's just the 3.
She's meta in 2.
She's like meta in Gear Dungeon 2, but you can beat it with 100 different people doing her job. Maybe 100's a stretch. No, she's still the best choice. Yeah, I give her. Gear Dungeon 1. I give her Gear Dungeon 1, Gear Raid 1. Am I forgetting anything, or is that it?
No,
she can all of the progression stages do GD2, but she struggles late.
Yeah, no,
like a lot.
That. So for that, she's like so clearly. Where is it? This.
No, you can do 21 with her, but you don't want to. Yeah, that one.
You know what I'm thinking? Maybe we should do this. These things should be in the same. I think these are the same rating. These two things.
Please do not add bond skills into the mix, Seamus. No, go away.
No, you just automatically assume they have the bond skill already.
Virna's not top meta for Gear Raid 2. She's exceptionally good, but that's why I'm redefining all this stuff, Even 21, like, she would be my third choice.
Seeing evidence that points towards otherwise. Most of the Celestial clears that I've seen of 324.
I think I've done close to 1,000 Gear Raid 2 takeovers. I think it's like the only thing I'm truly an authority on, and like I would always choose a common.
Yeah, but I'm talking specifically 224.
Oh yeah, I don't care about that. I was talking about 221 is what I said.
Yeah, I would
221. Yeah, I'll take
Hotset and Comet over everybody.
Yeah, I would. There's almost no situation I wouldn't take Hotset unless or Comet with a legendary lord is like the most mindless clear imaginable. Like it's the least gear intensive thing in the entire game for like any hard content. Okay, so where were we? I think I want to find a way to combine these two. Like, I think this should be viable non-top choice for hardest stage or top meta for progression. Do you think does that make enough sense? I really want to consolidate that, and then I want to do like good progression choice. And then like solid progression choice, viable progression choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
That
that's a
works.
better breakup. So let's see, content grades, S plus, definitive, and meta. So for anyone just joining, this is like you are the best at that role. This will be like one, maybe for a couple things, 2 characters. You guys agree with that? R-Type and Pink?
Yeah.
Like this would be like, let me think of a good example. Like this is hot sit for Gear Dungeon 2. And there's like no, it's just like that's her. Like that's who, if you have her, you use her, simple. Carnelian, if you have her and you do that strat, it's simple, right? Then this is like super top choice, but they're like just off meta, like easy, clear choice. So I'm thinking like, I'm thinking, actually, this is where it gets tough. I'm thinking bottom lane Gear Dungeon 2 now. Here's one like Valkyra for Gear Dungeon 1, top row. Super easy, great clear choice. You can do her even A0, but like she's not A1 Eris, and she's not Beatrix. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I mention hot sit, Mitchell has to change his pants. It's unbelievable. Anyone that's been keeping up with the chat, shout out to my editor, Mitchell. Not so much on the Watcher Realm stuff. Some Watcher Realms videos, but almost all my raid videos. What's up, Hawkus? Everyone congratulate Hawkus on his new baby. He's got a baby. Okay, and then we got a non-meta unit, but still an excellent choice. So a good example for this, I would say, would be Comet for Gear Dungeon 1. What do we think about that? I've been doing a lot of Gear Dungeon takeovers because of the end of the month, so I have that in my head. You guys agree with that? It's like Comet can do top and can do bottom. Not even that hard to use, but he's not meta. And he's not contending for meta. I despise using Nora for Gear
He's
Dungeon.
the top choice if you're forced into off-meta tactics.
Like if you're missing the meta units and you have Comet, you're like, oh, I'll just use a Comet strat. It wasn't your first choice, but you're like, oh, this is going to work, Now A is like viable, non-top choice. Sorry.
You use Comet. If you're forced to use anti-heal, you use Comet, basically.
Yeah. So now for A, this would be, let me think of a good example. We talked about it before. This would be like Arrogance in Gear Dungeon 2. This would be like Valkyra in 224. Maybe actually she'd be more like an A+, but like who's another good one? Magda in 224 maybe. I don't know. I haven't done enough. I've only done like 224s.
Magda is definitely higher rated than 224.
Yeah, she's probably A+.
Magda's S or S+ contender.
No.
On 224? No.
What strat are you running?
No.
Yeah.
S+ would mean she's the best at it.
She is one of the best ground placements in it.
She's one of the best ground placements, exactly. Yeah, I agree she's A+.
124, not 224.
Oh, 124, she's S+.
124, not 224.
Yeah, okay. You were blowing my mind there.
That is just massively.
This would be like the content's all changed so much. It's so freaking annoying. Okay, this would be like maybe like Falsia for Styx. Like if you had other meta Styx options, but like you can so easily get triple S with Falsia, maybe. You can, but maybe that's a good example. I'm trying to think of more different kinds of content.
But it would be like Eris, Callista, all of them on like 224,
Yeah, like Eris on 220, AS on 224. It's like you'll happily use him if you have to, but he was like he's not. You have to go down the list to decide to use him. Especially if you're main DPSing 224 there, as much as, and I mean, but then again, if you got a fully skilled with like a couple of
he kind of works.
He kind of crushes it. Yeah, but it's just basically like they'll do it. They're just not your top choice. Or this is like Idril for Gear Aid 3.
Yeah, but
this is like Idril for Gear Aid 3, Virna for Gear Aid 2. Even though it sounds like you're super high on her for 224, you'll have to tell me more about that. Anora for everything. But yeah, and then here we go. Now we're officially out of this unit's no longer clearing. By the time you reach B+, so we're out of the A's. That's why I wanted to move the stuff. we're like, this unit is not going to clear the hardest content. So this is like Deimos in Deimos in Gilboss 2. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
It's like he will get you
Yeah,
a
like
long ways the way
any of the
there.
units that do 2 hits and sticks.
For what?
Kind of. Like any of the units that do 2 hits with their basic attack for sticks, like they will get you a better
sticks,
score
yeah,
regardless.
Yeah. I thought you said 2 hits for 6, and I was like, how are you getting 2 hits for 6?
No.
For sticks, yeah. No, yeah. So this is like, it's like, yeah, gun to your head in theory. Before you bitch at me in the comments, like, could you get 120 with Deimos? Sure, because that's just the game, what the game's become. But like, he's really just like a stepping stone until you get something else. This is like a viable progression choice. So this would be someone like Iona for Gear Aid 1, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maul for Gear Aid 3. That's a good one.
Greed.
Yeah, greed. Yeah, a lot of good ones there. This is like can be used for some stage from some content, but a poor choice. This would be like, I'd say Theowin in Gear Aid 3. Like he'll be pretty dang good through 18, and then he'll be like something. I've done 21 clears for Theowin, but it's always sheer desperation. Brienne is absolutely not this. Brienne would be a B+ for Gear Aid 3, if that's what you're talking about. You can get some pretty easy clears. You can do some pretty easy clears with Brienne. Yeah, I think we're getting on the same page. I was talking it through to make sure if the chat has any questions or any suggestions. God tier ranking is SSS. And then for content, it's S+. GVG, BP performance, those are separated in a separate thing, which Pink, we actually need to talk about that. But I was thinking for the BP, we should just use Jake's rankings and just be like, the top 5 guys get S+. This next 5 guys get S, and just go through it that way,
So I just say set a boundary like over 105k.
Yeah, or even better. Yeah, even that's what I meant. Even better. It's
Awakening, like over 95k without Awakening. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, just figure out a way. Yeah, I think that will be like a binary.
Just look at it and you can just go, oh, S+, they've got 110k percentage.
Yeah, I think we just set a threshold, and then for defense, I will ask Corey. Where are we now?
It's so hard though because it changes every single time.
Yeah, to be honest, like if someone's going
teams for the most part, but like Nightmare is not very good anymore. And
I know.
They would have been SSS, for last season.
Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll pitch to Corey that if not Corey, then I'll go to find some other GVGer. But like maybe like, do you want to be in charge of this? And like I'll plug you every time a new season happens. Or people can just be like, hey, I'm typing in Fastidious into the web search bar. I'm not going to expect the greatest Guild Wars defense information. It's going to be
you
solid.
Expect any Guild Wars stuff from Fastidious.
He asked someone. Yeah, like I asked Hawkes. I asked someone. Yeah, I mean, it's not what I do. All right, so D is like you can use them, but they suck. Technically usable, but they're just weak. So this would be like like Philippa for anything. I'm trying to think of something else. This would be like
oh yeah, Philippa exists.
It's easy to forget. This would be like Scorch for Gear Aid 1. Like he is doing AoE if you have to put someone behind the wall, but like he's bad. And then sorry?
Carissa.
Carosa's gonna get so many just like C's. Just like, oh, you can, if it's a mage content, it's like you could have her on the bench. Lightlock would be D and C in most content, and then F is like it figuratively can't be used. Like you could use them, but like you just can't use them because they suck so much. So this would be like Philippa and Gear Aid 1. It's like it's magic damage. Like,
Aatrox in 99% of content.
Yeah, this would be like Selkath in most things. This would be like
literally, I use my Aatrox most of the time to move units about.
Here's a great. This would be like
he's
like,
cheap and he pushes people. That's it.
Yeah, this would be like
what else does he do?
I think you're thinking of Cyclone, right?
Oh no, I mean, I'm sure it's Aatrox. The really cheap Cerberus that comes back in like 15 seconds.
Yeah, but Aatrox is good in certain things. Aatrox is a good progression unit. Aatrox is good in Conqueror.
Yeah, that's the one place.
Yeah, no, I've used him in a lot of progression for Gear Raid 2. Like he'd get a B in Gear Raid 2 just because he's so cheap to keep throwing back out there. Yeah, like Kalina,
Yeah,
like for almost every piece of content in the
really
game. Like this would be like Virna for Guild Boss 1. Maybe not Virna. Let me think of a better one. Like Beatrix for Guild Boss 1. You know, something like that. It's like technically you could use them, you know? And then this would be like literally can't be used. This would be like a rock. No, but she's the, you know, Absin for Furious Torrent. Like you cannot use him, you know? Like he cannot be deployed. You literally couldn't use him. Or this, I mean, this would be any melee unit that isn't Araka in the entire game for Furious Torrent, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas this one would be like Iona for Furious Torrent would be an F, you know? Maybe actually a D because she's got slows. This would be like Azoth. There you go. So figuratively cannot be used. This would be like Azoth for Furious Torrent. It's like you're insane. And then this would be like literally cannot be used would be like Wrath for Furious Torrent. Well, he could be the Lord for your Yuri and your. It would be like.
Technically usable is like you can use them to give Invig.
Yeah.
Literally cannot be used. You can't even chuck an Invig cell on them.
Yeah. Yeah, Kagiri, Ares, Arrogance, anyone that like literally there's no spot for them and they're not a lord. Okay, do we think we're cool? Do we think we can leave it here and we're going to use this as our rubric as we redo this entire thing? What do we think? Guests?
I think we're good.
What do we think, chat?
Yeah, it works for me.
When are the units coming in? Every single unit in the game is here, right? You added Narissa, Pink?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Every single unit except for Narissa is on the site. And I don't know, did you do the Dirtsa ratings? And you did Dirtsa ratings, right?
Dirtsa ratings haven't been pushed yet.
Yeah, okay.
So everything waiting to get
everything on the website, though we are going to redo every rating because we just changed our entire rubric. Everything is on the site except for just do
Dirtsa rating.
Yeah, I'll just do Dirtsa now. Except for Narissa. Okay, I would give Dirtsa like I mean, this is based on the old conventions, guys. Guild Boss 1, I'd give him like A+, give him S+. He's been on some Abyss, right? I feel like I've seen him on some nice Abyss, right?
Yeah, his niche.
But I've seen him on like 60K teams, I think.
Yeah.
Like this. I bet you could use him here. Have you ever seen him on a defense ever?
No.
Okay, cool. And then I'm just gonna give him like an A for like anything here. I feel like this is fine. There, he's like it's enough of a rating. We'll just give him a dash. All right, so Dirt's is up to date. So Pink's gonna add Narissa tomorrow, and then everything will be on the site.
Tonight.
Narissa will not get grades. We'll add a build for her. Also, Pink, we can talk about that after the stream ends for 2 seconds if you want. But we can add a build for her. But over the next 2 weeks, we're going to re-rate every single unit according to the new conventions. Awakenings are just, this is a holistic list. We try to take everything into account. So, exclusive artifacts, awakenings, it's like a nuance. We're trying to internalize, understand it. But there's no world where we're going to have like, 2 different arrogances on the tier list, an A0 arrogance and an A5 arrogance. We're not going to do like a bonded Silas, unbonded Silas. It's just understanding towards max potential. And if someone needs all these different steps to get them to max potential, it's like a slight demerit, That's how it functions.
Yeah, tacticians are going to actually have to see what they even play like.
Tacticians will not be on
Still
this
think it's
list for
crazy
at
that we
least,
can,
I would say for at least 2 weeks. Like they'll get added to the site. We'll add them right away
I'd
to the
say
site.
longer than that.
No, we'll do it. I'll do an initial pass through. It's going to be like 6 units tops, right? Maybe only the 3. I'll do like an initial pass through for like vibes, you know? So there's something on the site, but
Vibe pass would work.
yeah, we'll probably do it 2 weeks in and then we'll do it like 5 weeks in. I'm not sure. I was quickly doing Dirtzer ratings. I don't know. I've never used him there. I mean, I guess he's got inspiration, sure. I mean, there you go. I mean, it doesn't matter. All these things are going to be, this is just so you have something. It's all going to be changed anyway. Okay, this is where we left it, guys. I will share this if people want to leave notes. So here's something. Everyone's like, I think Astriel is an epic. I can confirm, having seen him on test server, he is absolutely not an epic. I hope they release some epics, but I promise you, the 3 that have been teased so far, Astriel, Moradin, and Valara, they are all legendaries without question. Unless they do a huge patch and change what's on test server. But he's hard confirmed. There's nothing to discuss unless they completely change it. But he has a, it says legendary. He's glowing gold. You saw it.
All three are legendary.
Yeah.
I can confirm that too.
Just don't go too crazy, people.
Will you also prepare best gear and slot lists for most popular heroes? Mark, we have that for every single character in the game without exception, except for Narissa because she's not on the site yet. Every single unit in the game has a build. You just got to go look at it. We're going to touch them up. We're going to revise them to fit in Cataclysm and stuff now. And I also wrote this whole disclaimer. I'm going to talk about Pink second, but yeah, Narissa is really good.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of the gear sets were done before Cataclysm was even decent or existed, actually. Cataclysm wasn't there.
Actually, so, almost all these builds I checked after Cataclysm, but it was before we had all the different exclusive gear.
And it was before they patched Cataclysm twice to make it better.
I just hope Narissa's in the nation that they're going to do.
Asterion, you need to get a grip, dude. This stuff is all getting updated. That's like the theme of this. We're like starting our updates for the anniversary. Also, she's great in Iveson, even if it's not top. She's definitively great in there. I don't know.
So the funny thing is, the best artifact for Ardea only works because it's bugged.
Exactly. Shattered Hilt's the best hunter now because this game is very stupid.
Single target damage, but why does the single target damage effect work?
Why is anything in this game anything? I mean, why does Soulbound Arcana? I mean, this game is. I think we all need to just like pinch ourselves once in a while and just. Did I rate Gwendolyn? Gwendolyn, I didn't rate anybody. But there we go, guys. That's that. This is the rubric. I will share it in case people have notes. I'll share this later today, and people can like comment on my Discord. If you're not on my Discord yet, Fast and Fastidious, links in the description of every video and stream. If you haven't liked the stream yet, please feel free to do so. And yeah, this is gonna be a lot. It's gonna be. I guess I'll do it faction by faction. So what does that leave me with? 9 different videos I gotta make. Is that right? Or is it 10 including unnamables? Wait, is there 10? Wait, that's just. Yeah, it's 10 including unnamables.
Soon to be 11.
Why is it gonna be 11?
Oh wait, no, never mind. It's still 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a class, not a faction.
Yeah. And I'm definitely gonna start only rating. I'll probably rate just the legendaries and the top epics. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's gonna slow it down so much if I have to rate every epic. The videos are gonna be like almost twice as long. Maybe I only do the legendaries to start.
Just do them live.
What?
Just do them live.
Do what?
Do them live.
Oh, do them live? Yeah, but it's going to take forever. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, it's content for next like month.
I think what we're going to do, I'm going to do faction by faction every legendary. And then maybe I'll do class by class every epic. No, I think what I'm going to do, if anyone wants to watch our type of You're Cool, that I was thinking I would I would do it live on Twitch, and then we would just do cleanup behind the scenes and publish each one as a video like a day later.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't think we'll do any special editing. We'll just, any pauses, because I think some of these, like I think Nightmare will take me. It will take a couple years. Can you convert them with a macro now and then work on it when you have the energy? No idea what that means. Convert what with a macro? Honestly, it's a free tier list, guys. It's a free website. I just would appreciate if you can just wait the 2 weeks and then it will all be up to date. Yeah, I don't know. I've thought about it. Maybe with the people that are still left, you probably are fans of the site. Like, I'm happy to make this more of a priority, but then I'm going to have to get compensated from the website in some way, just because, I mean, Pink, you want to tell people, like, this takes us such a tremendous amount of time, and it's just me, Pink, and Archer. That's it. And the maintenance is just a lot. So it's like, for something that's like a passion project and I love, but literally it's actually the opposite of it doesn't make me a penny. I mean, I spend about maybe actually do that. I don't want to like overstate this and be rude. I spend about $800 a month on this website, so it's just like, it's, I mean, what do you think, Pink?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. A lot of people don't understand when they turn on and go, this build's wrong, that build's wrong, that build's wrong. It'd probably take me, 10 to 15 minutes per hero. There's 250 odd heroes I'd have to go through and redo everything for.
I mean,
without
I'll
any
tell you, right? Like,
looking back, saves, anything. You're looking at like easily 100 hours work just for me to do the gear sets. As a passion project, whilst I have a job and have to do all my other stuff as well and a life.
Yeah, like you're gonna do over the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, like just a once over of all the builds and do any quick changes, and we're gonna set some new templates. That alone is gonna take you probably 10 hours, I would say, at least, right? And that's not even actually going in one by one. So
yeah, that's not going and changing either.
Yeah, no, doing the whole thing, it'd be tens of hours for sure. And it's like, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Pink is officially going to be like the content. What do you want to call yourself? The content groundskeeper of the site. We discussed it yesterday. We're going to get him a little money, which is good. But yeah, it's just I mean, if you guys want though, like we could add, I guess I could try to add like a paper. I've thought about this because I'll be honest, like I don't use an ad blocker. I'm just not a fan. And like Hell Hades is such a brilliant website. I use this all the time in Raid. It's an amazing website, but it is non-stop ads. Actually not that many right now, but here's a few. It's playing stupid music. Hold on, I gotta mute this. But I mean, this is actually the least ads I ever get, and it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, but sometimes I get.
But
like Pridewinds?
It's not the pop outs.
Oh, Pridewinds? Oh my god.
I hate it. But I use it so much, but I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I use Pridwin I use that over Hell Hades for Etheria, and like it's so many pop-ups. Actually, I'm not. Oh yeah, there's one ad. Autoplay ads, pop-ups. Here you go. It's coming. It's like such a nightmare, and it's like I could make so much money. Like I'll tell you, we're getting 1.5 million clicks a month on the website. Like we would get, I don't know exactly how it converts, but it'd fairly compensate. It'd cover my costs, and then I'd make money if I added ads. But I don't want to. So I mean, the only other thing I could do is like some sites like have like the way like Wikipedia has like the donation thing, but then I'm really leaning on you guys. I mean, the other option is this thing. The other option is it's a download. What am I talking about? When you go to Wikipedia and it's like donate. Here, there. They say sometimes they run as a banner.
You might be able to just enable a right side bar.
Yeah, it's permanently there, but every year they do a fundraiser.
Yeah, maybe it's every year they do the fundraiser.
Because Wikipedia runs at a loss as well.
No, I mean I hear what you're saying now, Severin, but there's far too much nuance. That would create a worse product. I'd rather have it going with the old convention and then it changes. Yeah, I think our options really are like do another fundraiser. I did one last anniversary. I did like a 24-hour stream. We could do that. Or we can add a button on top, if people want to do it. And like, who knows, maybe like way more people will give $5.
To the other leg.
What'd you say?
We could add Cratch to the other leg.
No. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, who knows if we do like a yearly fundraiser, but I mean, yeah, it'd have to be a lot. So it's tough. I mean, maybe there's a way to somehow get unintrusive ads. One thing is like, Raid pays some money for the ad space, like, or for their presence on my website, like for this. Not a lot, but it's something. It helps cover some costs, but
Well, that's what I was saying. You could do a right side banner just on the right side column and just put ads there.
Yeah, maybe we
so
could do like a singular
it's not popping up, but it's there.
Yeah, maybe we could look into that.
Very bottom.
Yeah, at the very bottom. Yeah, to me it adds like I feel like part of the reason I like the website so much is it's very sleek. And then I just think it's lost. Like it's like instantly lost. Like Hell Hades' website feels trashier than my website, even though much of it is so much better, with so many things. It's like it takes forever to load. There's so much stuff. It starts auto playing, just like it feels bad to me. It's a brilliant website, but yeah, I don't know. But also he's able to add so many more tools and stuff because he makes a shitload of money from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something we'll think about. But yeah, I just wish people appreciated how free it is. Like we're not taking any data. We're not running any ads. There's not a single freemium thing on the entire website. Like Hell Hades, you can pay for the premium version of everything, which like power to them. It's awesome. But I'm just saying like it's just like, and then people I get some nasty comments and it's like, I don't know, go to Mawbucket's website, love the guy, but do this then. Missing most of the characters in the game with tons of ads. Not that it shouldn't be. I mean, he doesn't update anymore, but. You have a small banner on the side and 2 on the bottom. Logging onto a porn site. Well, if I did ads, I would want them to be porn ads. Everyone needs to know how to make their dick longer. I mean, it'd be rude not to do that. Exactly, Nate. I get pretty well compensated for my time for Twitch and YouTube because I put all my time into that. I'm saying people get upset that I don't put more time into the website, and I treat the website as like a free passion project I'm sharing with everybody. But I wish people respected that that's what it is, That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying I need money for the site, but I'm saying if people want more out of the site and they want more tools and they want more freaking updates and they want me and Pink to start treating it like more of a job and not our fun thing we do together, then it needs to be worth not making an extra video that day or not, doing all this other stuff. Yeah, the website is like a part-time job that I pay hundreds of dollars a month for. Yeah.
We need a Mormon dating ad. We need a Mormon dating ad.
A more what?
Mormon
dating ad.
Oh. I mean, that's my life, baby. That's Utah.
Oh, yeah, I could move that.
Any LDS in the chat? Anyone on Mutual? That's their Tinder. Anyway. There we go, guys. Thank you very much. We're going to wrap it up there. Big thank you to R-Type and Pink. Check out R-Type's YouTube. R-Type, remind me after this. I'm going to put it in the description of the stream. We can even pin it. Thank you, everyone, for their help. Thank you, Seamus, specifically, and then a lot of viewers. Really good suggestions. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I think it's going to be nice. I think there's going to be so many less S's, and that's kind of my goal. And I think we should have like a natural distribution, which I feel like we have a pretty unnatural distribution right now.
It's just tended towards the top so badly.
Yeah, it's
just
gotten super
state
tough.
Of the releases.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I guess the last thing I'll say, it's not like I get nothing out of the website. Like it's cool for clout. It like definitely like it has content opportunities, like even what we're doing right now. It helped me get bigger. That was the website came out like right when I was like maybe the most viewed creator, and it's really helped make that a thing. So I'm not saying like it's just like, look at me, I'm like fucking the Mother Teresa of web development. But I am just saying, I just hope people could be a little patient, just because like it's what else I'd say, and Pink, you'll back me up since you've been part of this since like basically the beginning. Like this is not something I sought out to do. It's just we end like at all. Like a guy named Luke came to me with an idea and then he bailed, but it was already like in motion and I'd already put money into it and it was just like fun. And then like I got obsessed with the tier list. But I mean, Pink, I think you'd agree. You probably would have had a better idea than me. Never in my wildest dreams. What?
Yeah, and then it progressed, and then Archer turned around and went, "Oh, I could do all of this, make it look so
Yeah.
much nicer, shiny, 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 shiny."
Yeah, it's true. But never in my wildest dreams did I know. I'm not a tech guy. Did I have any idea how many images would be on the site? I mean, there's like it's like 20,000 images on the site or something like that. You know, it really, like we've started consolidating for reusing images, but like every logo, every skill icon, every this and everything needed to be compressed through a software that I had to do like bunch by bunch with Dolores, and like every picture, every character piece of art has to be reformatted. Like it's completely beyond me. If you add it up, there's 220 characters. Maybe we grade 180 of them, and each one of them gets, I mean, whatever this is, 20 different unique ratings. In your head, it's not going to be that much, and it's just a lot. And I didn't know that because I was like, oh, it's just like going to be a thing, and then it's like we're in it. But yeah, I didn't
How
have
many
any.
images are we up to now?
What?
How many images are we up to now? That got ridiculous recently.
It got crazy. I mean, it's in the 5 digits, and I don't know how to use it. And it's very hard, and like we had to build a content management system from scratch, and it's just like, but thank you for the support. I'm glad some people like it. Hopefully it's going to be up to date. Hopefully we can keep making it better, but at the very least we're going to keep it as it is and keep it more current. So yeah, big thank you, R-Type. Big thank you for sure, Pink, for being a big force behind this. And there you go, guys. I'll share this later. I'll announce it, and people can give any thoughts if they have any final things. Cool. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.